tonight. Our first guests, just two of the people behind the IMAX movie Santa versus the Snowman. Remember, Steve Odekirk was here talking about that. They also were involved in Thumb Wars, Steve's other projects, and the wildly successful Jimmy Neutron. And we're glad to say they like to watch this show from time to time. Susan Ishida and Joe Clasen, welcome to the Screensaver. It's great to have you on.
Glad to be here.
You're kind of an unusual thing because you're basically run a mom and pop 3D animation shop.
We do.
Is there anybody else that does something like that?
I'm sure there are.
It's just the two of you, right?
It's kind of unusual. And there's not that many women in CG.
Really?
And we make just as much.
Yeah. That's good
news. I don't charge any less to model a female character.
You shouldn't. Absolutely. In fact, it's more work, isn't it?
Well.
No, I know. I'm not going to get in that. So let's talk about your involvement with Jimmy Neutron. You were involved in the original pilot, basically, right?
Yeah, in the test that sold the show to Nickelodeon.
That's really cool.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah, how fun. And tell me some of the other things that you've worked on.
Gosh, let's see. We did a direct-to-video Casper, kind of hot on the heels of the ILM version, but with a tenth of the crew, a tenth of the time.
Now, actually, we got Jimmy Neutron here, and there's something unique about the look of Jimmy Neutron that is a little different than the normal CG. They kind of want it to have that kind of computer-generated look, right?
Yeah, kind of a simple, innocent look.
I love it.
I think it's really sweet.
It's really well done.
Yeah.
Did Mark Davis come to you and say it should look a little bit different, or what kind of input did you get up front?
The great thing is we'd worked with John Davis before.
John Davis, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. And we worked with him on Santa versus the Snowman prior to Jimmy.
Right.
And he gives us an enormous amount of latitude, which is very nice. Basically, he faxed us a black and white line drawing.
You're kidding.
Of Jimmy, the mom and dad. And within about a couple of weeks, we faxed back the CG models.
Wow.
And he had one or two notes, but other than that, it was
wow.
It was kind of funny because little things like I just arbitrarily stuck green eyeshadow on her because I thought it was funny, and they left that on. So it's still in the movie.
She's
so
still there.
Cool, yeah.
Still got the green eyeshadow. Joe, what kind of hardware and software are you using to do all this?
We're using Lightwave, and over the years, we just keep buying new machines, and as we buy new machines, the old machines become the render farm. And we have probably 9 or 10 machines we run all the time.
For people who don't know, what is a render farm?
A render farmer is just a dedicated machine who does nothing but render out pictures one after another.
So you might work on your main computer with Lightwave here, do the wireframe, and then now the rendering, which takes a long time, the drawing of the image as it looks on the screen, is done by computers in the back room, just all tied together?
Exactly. And it's just like cooking. We always try and keep the render farm burning or working, and we try and make the renders about 3 to 5 minutes each, but this took 79,000 frames.
Oh, man.
So in order to do all that, we always make sure the render farm is churning out frames, and we check them the next morning. We have our dailies. We ran it just...
Do you do this in the garage? Where do you do this?
Spare bedroom.
Spare bedroom. I love it. And how many PCs total now are you using?
We have 9 up all the time.
Windows running?
Windows 2K, basically.
Windows 2K.
I have one XP machine that...
Yeah. But 2K is solid, and it's probably exactly what you want.
It's perfect for us.
And Lightwave will do this render farm stuff automatically? I know a lot of high-end programs will.
No, all the rendering and the screener, everything comes with the program itself, so it's unique in that you don't have to pay any extra for that.
And it scales. You put 9, 10, 100 machines.
999.
It just divides it all up. Up to 99? It'll just divide it up.
999.
999. Wow.
It just sees who's free next and just allocates.
You know what's neat is that you, as a couple, in your spare bedroom can do stuff that Pixar and ILM are doing.
That's the magic.
The idea, on a small scale, but still.
Well, and this is kind of neat. This is your newest project, which you did just for yourselves, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Tell me about Wonderlands.
The idea behind Wonderlands is it's sort of like taking a vacation to a virtual world. It's an aquarium amusement park on a alien planet, and you encounter different aliens. And yeah,
really
that's
pretty.
The brain jumper. He's a psychic traveler who jumps
now,
inside the brain.
Who gets the ideas? Who's the artist? Who's the tech person? Or do you share?
There's a lot of bleed back and forth.
Yeah.
But generally, I do the artistic side.
Did you start doing that? Was that your background?
Yeah, I started off as an illustrator.
Neat.
Total computer phobe, but
really?
Through family members and friends.
And then Joe was the geek and said, you better get on hardware here.
I did a lot of the music and the sound effects and the technical aspects, right? And the effects, besides character animation, there's also effects. So a lot of the creatures are nothing more than effects, and I sort of specialize in that.
Well, a couple of years ago, if I'd said, well, just a couple in their spare bedroom could create a 2-hour DVD, fully computer animated, hyper-realistic, and really looking great, the people would have laughed. They said,
and offer it on DVD. That's the real trick.
And you did the authoring yourself. How do you do the authoring?
Just with Sonic DVD it.
You're kidding.
And then on a Yamaha you know, AO3, double speed, send it off to...
Now, that's DVD general, not DVD authoring, right? So you could then send it to somebody who will, as a
right,
master.
they made a glass master, they pressed it, and we got back exactly what you see.
That's really
It's so cool. You got it done by, I think we use disc makers, and they do the whole thing. They even throw in the UPC so you can, the barcode scan things, you can send it to Amazon or wherever you want.
So you're selling this on Amazon right now?
Mm-hmm.
And they have a whole program for us, unique animators.
For independent, which has really been helpful.
How much money did you sink into this project?
Well under $10,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you think movie makers will start doing this instead of hiring actors, building sets, camera,
I
film?
hope so.
It's so empowering. That's the cool thing.
And well, even better than film, anything you can imagine.
Absolutely.
I mean, you couldn't do all these aliens on film. It would be very difficult.
And aliens, you know, are very expensive to hire.
Oh, the union thing alone. Oh, the United Alien Workers. They're terrible. Oh, they're terrible.
Alien SAG.
Alien SAG. Wonderlens.com is your website, which I know you do, Susan, right? You do the website?
Joe does all the authoring, the building of the website, and I do the graphics.
It's so great. I just love it that people can do this themselves. You said it, empowering is the word. And that's really exciting. We've talked more and more people who are starting to do amazing stuff, and it really opens the creativity. It gives you a chance to really do whatever you want.
And I think it will just make a wider variety of product that goes out, and people will have more choices.
And you're still available to work for studios and people who want to make movies, right?
Sure.
So you're still doing that?
For Jimmy Neutron, we did the original test, which got sold, but it was 5 years in production, and who knows what.
Before
millions of
production
dollars.
started.
Millions of dollars. Thousands of
in
people.
the time they could have done that, we could have done 3 Wonder Lenses.
How long did you spend doing this?
About 9 months.
9 months of 18, we should say 18-hour days.
18-hour days. We were, like I said, we
But we
averaged
always
like
work
a,
18-hour days. That's just what we do.
So that's no different.
It's no different than usual. Susan Ishida and Joe Clasen, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to look at Wonderlands, go to wonderlands.com. And you can get it on Amazon.com, and I'm sure you have a link on the website. And, of course, if you want to know more about the process that they went through to create their own DVD and some non-3D tricks that they use, be useful in your own projects, go to thescreensavers.com.